care to tell me exactly what you're doing there? Clearly up to no good. In all my years of keeping heroes from meddling in my business, I've learned a thing or two about the funny little things they try to get away with right under my nose. Seems like you aren't much better than them. Should have learned a thing or two before you decided to cause trouble. Just because the lights aren't on doesn't mean I can't hear you going through my things. It doesn't matter who it belonged to first. It's mine now. It's all for safekeeping. I can't let you have unlimited control like that. You might just abuse it like last time. Start by using the coupons I meticulously cut out for you and go on the days they're active. Then you can use the miscellaneous spending account for your specialty imported ice creams that would otherwise cost us the price of the water bill, honey. Until then, the card is mine. I'm in charge of shopping. You know, last time I let you use the card, I had to rework the budget before your next paycheck. Wanna know why you had to wait an extra week before you got your new earbuds? Because free shipping is free and expedited is not. Hopefully the ice cream was worth it. Just leave the miscellaneous expenses to me, and you can enjoy your well-deserved treats after a long, hard day at work without having to spend extra and giving me an aneurysm. I promise you, I can get your stuff for a third of their normal price on the right day at the right time, with in-store discounts and not through demo mode on the self-checkout because someone didn't like that last time. Well, if it happens again, you could just blame, force a habit. I'm just getting back at them for that one double charge they made. Serves them right. You know, the trip back and waiting in line for a chargeback ended up being more trouble than it was worth. So I've taken upon myself to take advantage of anything that makes up for it. No stealing necessary. You've just got to know about the hidden bargains they never tell you about. My favorite is going every day to pick up one or two things and scoping out the registers for any new employees. Preferably anyone who looks like this is the only place that would hire them after finishing high school or just seeing the light of day after a couple of decades in prison. Also anyone with those brand name tumblers because you know the most exotic thing they've put in their mouths is an acai bowl. Once you found them, grab the most expensive piece of produce that can easily be mistaken for something cheaper, and you end up paying $3 for a bag of passion fruit instead of $25 because it looks just enough like a plum. And if anyone's getting in trouble, it's definitely not me. I didn't hear one complaint from you when I made that passion fruit mousse for you on Valentine's Day. Best I ever had. Could you make it again for me, love? Of course I would, honey. I'll even resort to my old ways if it means making you happy. Of course. You're right. If I had changed one bit since you first met me, you would have said yes when I asked you out. Remember, you didn't choose to marry a hero. Yeah. And being retired doesn't mean I'm any less of the woman you fell in love with. Well, it's not my fault most places don't hire people with several felonies. Past actions aside. Yeah. Unfortunately, having a history of grand larceny involving your enemy's military-grade prototype plasma ray gun sends your resume directly into the shredder. Who knew? Anyway, it's best to be the one banking off of others' lack of experience with imported produce than being the idiot who gets fired for making that mistake to begin with. Unfortunately, my only other option for bringing in extra cash is to start an online career and sell my soul to appease the algorithm. Through unsavory but entirely legal means. Right up my alley. Okay, I've got enough standards not to sell feet pics online. Lord knows there's already some fan blog out there who'd have a field day with those. I mean, I could always get into competitive gaming and start streaming my outbursts. I'll fit in right where I belong, I guess, with all the others. Yeah, I couldn't promise you 8 hours of sleep with the screaming, the obscenities, and keyboard smashing. How about make my spouse's lunch with me type vlog series where I show off all the cute characters I make out of your veggies? Actually, okay, nope. Heroes doxing us is a bad idea. Gotcha. Well, I've got nothing else. I don't think you'd appreciate any of the other questionable methods of helping out with the bills. Yep. Homemaking's perfectly fine with me. I'm probably the best means of maintaining your sanity. Think of it this way. All you have to worry about when you get home from work is whether your favorite series is getting a terrible live action adaptation next season, and you'll never have to cook, clean, or pay the bills a single day in your life. That also includes shopping, which I hope you weren't planning on doing without those coupons. Or were you planning on getting something that doesn't have any discounts yet, like perhaps a meal from one of your favorite restaurants when we have food at home that I so lovingly prepared for you on this most auspicious of evenings? 10-piece combo can wait until the end of the week. New coupons are coming in on Friday. You'd be surprised at just how much you learn about various business practices and the marketing tactics during takeovers of daily newspapers to further your own agenda. You get some really nice sneak peeks on upcoming deals. Oh, and some insider info on upcoming events and new businesses. Remember how I got you those free coffee vouchers for the grand opening of that one cafe we were still dating? You can thank my ventures into hero slander propaganda for that. While that isn't to say I'm still taking part in any recent activities that would warrant your ire, I do have reputable sources for my info. The old crew keeps me updated when we get together on game nights. I found out about Friday's deals when they had that one article made on hero suits being too reflective and causing more car crashes than villains do during carjackings. I mean, it's true. They came prepared with crash report data over the last year. Well, it's not like the crew can just up and retire like me. They don't have the luxury of having spouses with entirely legal incomes to support them like I do. Believe me, they've tried. But, you can only get so far with dating apps. You know, contrary to popular belief, not every villain out there wants to kidnap you if you match with them. They're less keen on having one more mouth to feed when they can barely get by themselves. That's more it's like a on-the-job approach to finding love. Ethics basically means nothing when you're a self-made villain without an HR department. If we had one, you and I would probably still be single. A nice point to remind ourselves that we didn't exactly meet on a dating app. Well, at least we've got ourselves a funny story to tell at family get-togethers, so long as your grandma isn't around to hear it. She doesn't exactly like being reminded how the other family cookout contributor came into the picture and nearly usurped her. If there's one thing I'm keeping from my old fighting days, it's that I will fight tooth and nail to defeat her once and for all. She can make her famous sweet potato casserole all she wants, but it's my turn to shine this year with a roast turkey. Whether it's heroes or my own grandmother-in-law, no one is safe from my competitive nature. Especially a restaurant with overpriced food made by workers who don't want to be there compared to something made out of love at home. No one's stopping you from going on Friday when its price is slightly more reasonable. I'll even take you there myself. But right now, have some good food made by your wifey. Good for your soul. That's the most important part. Look, I might not be a shining pillar of goodness, but I do know a thing or two about love. Well, love can redeem, but it can also make you evil. So pick your poison. Yeah, and you married a villain, so we all know which one you went for in the end.